Hey guys, this is Alex, and this is my Evo following you've seen in some of my POV videos. I've been asked in the comments if I could do a bike check for a while, so let's get into it. The frame is a large Evo following. It has 120 millimeters of travel in the rear and 130 up front. It's one of those really aggressive trail bikes that has a really slack head angle and low bottom bracket, and it's the 29-inch version of the Calling, which they call the bike-shaped skateboard. So that just means it's really playful and fun when you're riding down the trails. So just for a baseline, I'm 6'1" and I weigh 190 pounds. So to get things started, we'll go top to bottom. So we're starting with the handlebar. The bar I run is a Renthal Fat Bar Carbon. It's a 780 mil width with a 10 mil rise. It's attached to the Renthal Apex stem, which I have in 50 millimeters. And then we got a custom top cap made by Dylan Stroop for me and a couple buddies of mine. So the grips I'm currently running are Ergon GE2s. They're comfortable for all day long rides. So where this bike gets a little bit more unique are the brakes. So I have XTR trail levers paired with Shimano Saint calipers. So that just helps me get a little bit more modulation. Currently, I'm running my brake pads mixed, so I have one metallic, one resin, but I think I'm gonna go to the full metallics because the XTR Saint combo puts out a little less power than the full Saints, so the metallic should do the job. Also, I'm only running 180 millimeter rotors, and they're the 6 bolts, they're not center locks. So for the drivetrain on this bike, I'm pretty much running full XTR, the M9020 series. So we have XTR shifter, 11 speed, and then we have the XTR 1x crankset with a 34 tooth 1-up chainring. Also in the back we have an XT cassette. We have the 11 to 46. Might be changing that soon because I don't really like the jump between the 37 and the 46 tooth. Also we're running the XTR derailleur with a long cage so I can fit that wide range of gears. I'm also running a KMC chain because I'm not really a fan of the Shimano chains. They don't really have a master link, and KMC is just more ease of use for me. And on all my bikes, I'll be running a chain guide. This one's made by MRP. I think it's the SXG guide. And yeah, it's got a bash as well. So with the low bottom brackets on these bikes, if you hit it, you're not bending your chainring. So the bottom bracket on this bike is a Chris King Press Fit 92. I really didn't want to go with replacing bottom brackets all the time. I wash my bike down with a hose all the time, and I really didn't want it to wear out. So with the Chris King, it's really easy to service, and it lasts pretty much as long as the lifetime of the bicycle. So another unique thing about this bike is the fork. I'm actually running a Fox 36 RC2 with the pinch bolts and a 20 mil axle. So really stiff for the 29-inch wheels. I did not go with the 34 because it's only a quarter pound difference, I'm pretty sure, between the 34 and the 36, and you get all the stiffness of the 36, so why not? In the fork, I'm running 2 orange volume spacers and about 87 PSI. Also, my rebound is a little in the middle, around 10 clicks. My high-speed compression is also around the middle, around 12 clicks. And then my low-speed compression is only around 5 clicks from open. So on this bike, I decided to go with the Roval carbon wheels. They're really strong, stout, pretty lightweight. The only issue I really have with it is the 24 spoke front wheel. To be honest, they could have gone stronger. They try to shave weight with putting less spokes, and it's just not ideal, especially when you weigh as much as I do, 190 pounds. So yeah, that's my only complaint with the wheels so far. The best part about these wheels is they come with really light hubs made by DT. Also, I have the 54 tooth star ratchet in the back, so really quick engagement. So the rear shock is a Monarch. It came stock on the bike, but I also have it tuned by Brennan Autosport up in Benicia, California. He was able to add some shim stack and get the high-speed compression a little stiffer for me. I run about 210 PSI in the rear shock. I also run my rebound on the slow side. I also run 3 volume spacers in the rear. So currently I'm running this bike in the low position. So there's 2 positions, high and low, and honestly the high is pretty low and the low is like an extra low setting. So I think it's sitting around 13 inches from the ground. So it rails those corners really well. The only thing is you really gotta watch out for pedal strikes on the bottom of your cranks. So the cable routing on this bike, I have it electrical taped here and here to keep it super clean, so I get no rattles from the cables. And I also like to keep my cables as short as possible, so they really don't go too far from the bike. So the cable routing is actually made pretty easy because it's external for the rear brake and the rear derailleur. So the cool thing about the dropper post cable routing, it has a tube inside tube system. With this system, all you do is slide the cable through and it pokes out right here, making for really easy installation. The C-post I'm running right now is a Fox Performance C-post at 150 millimeters of travel. So what I found owning both the performance and the factory version of the C-post is there's absolutely no difference except the coating, And to be honest, this one slides better than my factory edition, but it is because I ride this bike less. And the seat I'm running is an Ergon SME3. It's really comfortable. I can ride all day with it and not get any saddle pains. I actually have the seat tilted all the way forward because the seat tube angle is so slack. So to get my front weight forward, I actually need to have the seat slid all the way. So not my absolute favorite design. I wish it really had a steeper seat angle. And the pedals I'm running are just random XTR trail pedals that I had. They seem to do the job, and Shimano pedals just pretty much last forever. So they'll be on a couple more bikes down the road. And now to the tires. If you guys haven't seen in my Maxxis video, I have a preferred setup for almost 90% of riding. So that includes the Minion DHF 2.5 in the front and the Aggressor 2.3 in the rear. So I hope you guys like my bike. It's been a great bike for me, but unfortunately the sizing is a little small. Being 6'1", I found out that the top tube and cockpit is just too small for me. So when I'm going downhill, I feel like I'm all the way over the front of the bike. So that being said, this bike is actually for sale. So as long as you see it in the description of this video, it's still up for grabs if you are looking into buying the bike. I'm also thinking about selling it as a frame only option. So either if you want to buy it as the full bike or the frame, if you can message me in the comments, we can probably work something out. It's a great bike, and even if I just sell the frame, I'm probably going to be buying the XL version of this bike. So honestly, it's just about fit. I love this bike, but I just need a little bit more room. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel, because the next bike I'll be doing is my Yeti SB6, which I know you guys have all been waiting for. So I hope to see one of you shredding this frame or bike out on the local trails. I'll see you guys in the next video.
No.